Alright, Shalom, praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahshai, Ba'asham, Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles at GreatMillStone. Salutes to the brothers teaching the word. Now, this when we talk about the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, I was watching the documentary, and it was going into the land of Africa, you know, and as we know, you've got you got the Chinese down there, but you got Esau there, and you've got a lot of tech industries down there. And the first thing that was popped up in my mind, that when I seen this, was the scripture that says he calls if all, both great and small, rich and poor, to receive a mark. Now, one thing I do know is that a lot of these poor countries, they're setting up a lot of cashless stuff, and I'm going to play the clip now. But we do know that their plan still is to wipe out most of the world's population, but they just want to get everybody chipped and go from there. But they're still pushing their agenda. Look at the title of the video: drones, robots, mobile payments. So without further ado, I'm going to play the clip.
Possible 100, a ranking that shows he's a safe driver. He's been working with Safe Motos for 4 years now. The app also provides drivers with other options, like a digital savings account.
So they got over there, I think this was in Kenya, because they went to Ghana, Kenya, and even places like Nigeria and Ghana and all that, Kenya and certain other places. They've got this, they're pushing a lot of the tech industry over there, which is what Esau's tech. Now this woman, German woman, went over there and did this documentary, and she's into tech over there in Germany, and they've got a tech industry over there, and like I said, it's to do with drones, robots, and mobile payments, which is cashless stuff. I mean, drones, come on. Now, it's funny to mention drones. The only drone I seen in the old documentary was at the end. He was flying a drone. So this proves that it's all to do with Esau's agenda. Let's play. And note they said they got over there digital bank accounts. So they're setting that up in third world countries. Who's behind that? Esau. Because they've got the same systems in China. They've got the same systems in India. And we keep telling you. Let's play.
What has changed for you? What is different now than being a moto driver before?
I've had very good experiences with Safe Motos. The app has a platform we can use to save money. It's like a digital bank account.
Digital bank accounts, so they get paid through the app over there, taxiing or whatever. And there's different avenues. If you watch this documentary, you see, I'm going to go through the whole thing. There's different avenues and ways that they're setting up this mobile payment, drones and robots society over there in the land of Ham, which a lot of those Nigerian Ghanaians, pretty much mainly Israelites over there. And you got Israelites scattered in other parts of the land of Ham, because Israel is the sands of the sea.
Most of our passengers use mobile payment systems. That money goes straight to my account, which is very helpful. With Safe Motos, I've been able to set up a savings account and set aside more money in recent years.
Let me get the scripture right on that, because all you individuals that are making it out like this is some type of myth, you just off, man. Okay, you're not right, bro. You're just bugged out. I'm gonna read it again, and we're gonna keep reading this. We don't have to read it, but we're gonna read it. I'm gonna read it anyway. Revelations 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all both small and great, rich and poor, okay, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell. So if you that had the mark. So, you know, let me go back to the documentary. As you can see, the individual said that he's got digital bank accounts, you know, in poor countries that, you know, that have been colonized by Esau to the point where, you know, he's raped the lands of all the resources and minerals, because that's exactly what he did over in that land, you know. And he's come back and he's given them his system. He's coming back, turning around and giving them his system.
During the Rwandan genocide in 1994, nearly 1 million people were killed, including much of the country's elite. More than 20 years later, Rwanda has been transformed. The capital, Kigali, is dotted with construction sites. Free public Wi-Fi in restaurants and cafes is the norm. The hard-won policy of reconciliation has encouraged Rwandans to discard the Tutsi and Hutu ethnic labels. The legal process to bring the perpetrators to justice has ended. Rwanda wants to become Africa's tech powerhouse by 2020, but it has a long way to go. Private broadband access costs more than the average monthly wage. While more and more people have a cell phone, at least 60% of homes have no electricity. To tackle this problem, a local entrepreneur has come up with a mobile solar electricity kiosk. There are now more than 30 kiosks that can be used to charge mobile phones, go online, and make utility payments.
So, over these countries where, you know, people, you know, supposed to be poor, living in huts, etc., etc., you know, they've got the model of Esau's kingdom, which the model of Esau's kingdom's already been over there, but they got the model of the drones, robots, mobile payment system over there. Wi-Fi, pay for your bills through this electronic device, you know, through your phone. So we're seeing how the world's changing for that purpose. Okay, let me get the book of Job. Now we bring these scriptures out. Sometimes you hit the same scriptures because, you know, these prophecies are being fulfilled as we speak. So why not hit them, man? You know, we can talk about the length of Aaron's beard, you know, which we will go into that, you know, or we can be occupied in prophecies. But, you know, we cover all grounds, but at the moment we're just being very occupied in prophecies. And a lot of people have got a problem with that. Job 5:12, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay. He taketh, let's go into that. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. I'm not in the blue letter. I'm actually not in the blue letter, so I'll leave that there, but I was going to look the word up. But we know that's talking about the elites. You know, we know that's talking about the elites, man. And, you know, their enterprise represents a new world order. You know, their agenda. You know, an agenda, a new world order, their plans, and their system that they've set up. And they're modeling everybody on the planet. They're setting it up where you've got sin cities, you've got super cities, and they're all modeled the same way through business and tech. It says, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. That's the Lord's going to... And it says, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. The counsel of the perverse. It says, they meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noondays of the night. Because you don't know like, you be watching something like this and you're thinking, this is a great technological advancement. Or tech. But you don't know what the sinister implications are of why the so-called elites are bringing this out. That's why this whole 5G thing's coming out. 5G. You got to think about this, bro. Let's play.
Henry Nyakarundi came up with the idea.
So I want to show you a little bit where we are. We're in 6th district, but the one you're going to be visiting is the Bugesera one.
Okay.
Which the south of Kigali is about 45 minutes from here.
Henry attended university in the United States and has founded a number of startups. The kiosks are equipped with retractable solar panels. They have Wi-Fi access, cell phone charging stations, and can be used to access government institutions, pay taxes, and purchase electricity credits. Each kiosk is a micro-franchise, also providing jobs and income.
Social enterprise is the next step to NGOs. I think NGOs have a short-term approach. And I think social enterprise are more long-term. And I think that's the buffer that is needed to solve some of the biggest problems in the world. I believe the private sector needs...
And you know, Esau Edom's behind all of this because they're the ones that are setting this up. That's why this whole documentary's got this German businesswoman or whatever she is over there. Okay.
Needs to be built up in Africa to solve a lot of the problems. That's really where my passion is. And my passion is also passing the knowledge and the information to the next generation, which is a big problem we have in Africa, where we don't have platform for the younger generation to learn from. And so they learn from the Zuckerberg and they learn from the foreign entrepreneurs, but our local entrepreneurs...
Yeah, because that's who, they're the individuals setting this all up. Rothschild's Rockefellers going down into, and it passes down through to billionaires and tech. And then you guys are being given that model because that's part of Esau's enterprise.
Entrepreneurship needs to share that information as much as the international one does.
Henry also trains young people like Philemon to work for his firm, RFID. We accompany Philemon to one of the new generation solar kiosks. It's run by Marcel.
You know, you gotta think to yourself, man, for all you naysayers, you gotta think to yourself, why is the whole world going the way of drones, robots, and cashless payments? Why? And that would be, Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakadash. When I do my videos, man, I'm gonna try and you do what the spirit wants, man. We do what the spirit wants. But I'm gonna try and focus on different countries, which we do that. We've done it. Brothers do it. Starting with Apostle Tahar on down. That's what we do, bro. China, we've done videos on China. We've done videos on India. We've done videos on, America's Babylon. So let's not even talk, because a lot of you Americans over there, you're in Babylon itself and you're scoffing. But when Babylon hits with them plagues, man, that's gonna be the worst ever, because that's Babylon right there, bro. But you got American Israelites trying to scoff against the truth. But when you look at what's going on in the planet globally, we're seeing, look at the title of the documentary: drones, robots, mobile payments, bro. Yeah. Let me play him.
Who's been here for 4 years. It's a good location, near the main hospital.
Most of my earnings come from prepaid cell phone credits. That's what sells best. But other people just come here to charge their mobile phones.
We buy a prepaid credit before heading out with Philemon to visit the Bugesera district.
How much do you get?
The digital revolution is underway in Rwanda. In 2011, the country completed the first stage of its nationwide fiber optic network. In rural and isolated regions, cell phones remain the only way to access many business, educational, and political services and information.
And I gotta say this, man, you got telecommunications, you got all these different, you know, tech industries or whatever you want to pull it, brackets you want to, and different things, and, you know, just mention fiber optics and all that. And look, like I said, what does it go back to? To Esau's enterprise, Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. I'm going to go back to Revelation and show you. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that's the game plan of the beast. Apostles taught us to the video on what the beast is, and the apostles have been talking about what the beast is for how long, and we go into it. Brothers put your videos on it. You know, that's what we call it, the beast system. So what does this beast system want? They want to get everybody chipped. That's why they're pushing this. So a lot of you people, bro, you're saying all these things and you're really not looking into what's going on around you. And it's really getting on my nerves. Just how you can be like that, because this is real. This is real, man. Now, all you individuals out there that are not pushing the truth, you're gonna be found worthy of judgment. Because you know what? Because you're adding and you're taking away from the words, man. See, I'd bring these scriptures out a lot when I just want to bring out a quick article or something, but see if I can find it, man. Right, Revelations 22, and Salah 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these words, yeah, the mark of the beast is Christianity. You've just added something that's not in there. Yehovah Shem Yahushai shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And you're going to cause a lot of people to get chipped. The mark of the beast is major prophecy. The RFID mark of the beast is major prophecy, bruv. It's major prophecy.
Most of Rwanda has mobile 3G availability. But without a reliable electricity supply, access remains a problem. In Bugesera district, just 30 kilometers from Kigali, most people earn a living from farming. We meet Floride, one of the earliest kiosk leaseholders. Meanwhile, it provides her and her family with a livelihood.
And what you got to understand is different parts of the land of Ham or Africa, you know, have got their tech industries are in different levels, because the place is more advanced than you think. Just like we showed the documentaries on India, there were certain towns where the majority of the town is using mobile payments. We've done videos on that. So there's you sitting there thinking everyone's in mud huts and individuals over there in mud huts using mobile payments. Now, what I was going to go into, which I'm not going to go into it now, is how, okay, you might say, well, yeah, well, they're not. Listen, Esau wants to get everyone chipped, but we do know he wants to deplete the population of the world and cut it by like what, 7+ billion. So we know that, bro, and we do know that according to the Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the slain of the Lord shall be many. You know, the scripture talks about there's few men left. So we know that, and the Lord's going to allow Esau to do this because he's the devil. He's going to go on a rampage, but he still wants to get people chipped because he wants to have people chipped in his system. So when people do die, he's a tracking system as well. He knows where people are at. I don't think you understand. And I was going to go into all that, but the Spirit had me not go into it. Maybe that's for another lesson.
Good.
That you came to see her. Yeah.
Thank you.
We often have electricity outages. Then many people from the village come to use my solar power. When there's electricity, not as many come. But sometimes outages last for 2 days. Before I had this kiosk, I did the same work as everyone else. I grew vegetables and sold them at markets. I was out on the fields all the time, but then I developed health problems and couldn't manage the heavy labor. Now that I have this kiosk, my health is much better. This kiosk is an old model. I hope I'll get a new one soon, which will draw even more customers.
In the booming Rwandan economy, data protection and privacy sometimes falls by the wayside. The state is the major mover and investor behind the tech startup scene. Although internet communication laws were passed in 2016, little is known about what happens with the wealth of personal data collected by public Wi-Fi networks and apps, such as SafeMotos. Our third and last stop is Ghana. The country.
And then they go to Ghana, which is, you know, the West Coast, Gold Coast, Congo and all that. Whole load of Israelites, man. And you've even got Israelites in the East, Eritrea. There's a lot of Israelites over there. There's because I see scattered too. But anyway, you know, I hope the video was edifying. I was just trying to bring certain points out. But we see how the world is changing. Or you can say it's changed, really. So, of course, well, it's changed. Of course, it's fucking changed. It's changed. And this is why you got to have your eyes open. You got to have your spiritual eyes open as to what's going on. That's Ephesians. Let me get that before I close out. If the book of Ephesians. Uh, 5 and 15. So see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And you got a lot of people that they're propped up, but they don't really understand the severity, the severity of what we're dealing with here. This is the last time and last straw for Esau. He's coming out with fury, but he's a snake. You know, he's a snake tongue. He's dodgy. He's a dodgy diddlesman. So he's not coming out to these countries giving them tech because he really wants to help them. He's coming over giving them tech because he wants to fucking put them in slavery even further. And monitor them and all this stuff, man. Enslave them, chip them, all this. That is what's going on this planet. Okay? And that's what the prophecies tell you. The mark of the beast, man. So anyway, with that, man, hope it was edifying. Till I see you on the next round. Shalom.